Hi, I'm Canarftis, and I'd like to talk about bullying. This is a topic that's been very, uh, it's been a part of my life for as long as I can remember. And there was a recent incident that made me think that it's something that we should talk about, especially within the gaming community. It's unfortunately a part of basically every game you end up playing with other people. Specifically, I was playing League of Legends and had a rough start to a game, and we ultimately lost that game. And there was somebody in particular that took that poorly. But after the game, we lost, and he started to tell me how terrible I was at life and how I suck at everything. And so I engaged with him, which is not something that I would normally recommend. But I was curious as to why this individual thought that there was some correlation between gaming and real life. And the person told me that he wasn't bullying me because it was true that I sucked at life, and pleasure knowing that he was telling me about myself. So it was an interesting exchange and sparked the idea that this is a conversation that does need to happen, because growing up, I was bullied a lot in school and resorted to playing video games as a way to escape real life. And I couldn't imagine where I would be right now if I didn't have that escape. So it's unfortunate that a lot of kids are being forced to deal with things like this in school, and then also dealing with it when they're at home trying to have fun. One of the things to keep in mind as well is sometimes people bully online because they get bullied in school, because they have a rough life and they don't have to deal with that power difference like they do in real life. They're anonymous, although it's not really true anymore. They feel empowered because of that. You know, you can't reach out and punch them for what they say, and so bullies think there are no consequences. And in addition to them not having to worry about being harmed themselves, they also don't see the harm they're inflicting on other people. All it is words on a screen, and it's difficult to empathize in that case. So they're not seeing the damage that they're doing. But if you're being bullied, there are ways to deal with it. First, I would say you need to be very careful about what you're putting on the internet to begin with. You know, if they can reach you by more than just the one platform, so email address, phone number, different social media platforms, it's harder to get away from them. So be very careful about what you're sharing and on what platform, and how people are going to be able to follow you across the web. A second, and this is a very tough one, don't respond or retaliate. Your reaction, them knowing that they're upsetting you, feeds their urge to harass you more. Getting that reaction is part of the fun for them. So as hard as it is best to just completely ignore it and move on. The best way to do that is just block them. You say, they say something, if you can't just brush it off, block them, and you don't have to hear it again. That is the best way to nip it in the bud. Another option would be to take a break from whatever platform or game that is that you're being harassed on or bullied on. So I play League of Legends sometimes. If maybe I'm having a bad day or just a string of rough games, it doesn't matter. People don't like to take blame or take responsibility for their part in a loss, and so they'll start blaming everybody else on the team. And it's best. It's difficult on your mindset to endure that for hours on end. So I'll play League of Legends for an hour or two, maybe 3, depending on how games are going, and then I call it quits because I don't want to deal with the other people for that long. Whatever you can do to to get away from the bullying is your best option. Also, if the bullying is crossing platforms, or actually, depending on how severe the bullying is, sometimes just name calling, I don't worry about it. People are going to say things that hurt my feelings or not really appropriate, and I just kind of brush it off because it doesn't bother me. But if it's severe, I'll definitely report the person. Bullying is not allowed on any game, any social media platform, and if you report them, they may face some consequences depending on the severity. That is definitely a step that I have taken in the past. And then if it crosses platforms, not only would you want to report the individual to all of the platforms that they're bullying you on, you would definitely want to consider talking to somebody in authority. So that would be the police, maybe school officials if you guys go to school together. Tell your parents if you're still living with them. Whatever you can do so that it breaks the sensation of anonymity and power that this individual thinks that they have. Along the lines of talking to your parents or just some friends, maybe talk to a counselor. There's a lot of benefits to just getting, when you're hurting, just talking about it really helps. Whatever this bully is saying is very likely not true. It's very likely that whatever they're saying is just because they're hurting. It really has no reflection on you as a person. Just try to remember that. Make sure you're in a good place and talk to people if you're having trouble. Don't stress about bullies. Get away from it. Find your friends, find your group that like you for you. And beyond just dealing with the bullying yourself, or if you're not being bullied, I would encourage you to look out for other people who are being bullied and help in any way that you can. Lend an ear, offer some encouraging words, and don't support the bully in any way. I have watched a particular streamer for a long time now, almost 2 years. Was subscribed for over a year, have hundreds of hours spent in this person's chat. And recently, the streamer has become very, very toxic in the games that they're playing. Not only just yelling at them in the stream, but also typing and essentially bullying other people. And so I can't support that streamer anymore. I can't watch. Unfollowed, unsubscribed, and I tried to say, hey, find your inner zen, because at the time the streamer they were losing the game. The streamer was irritated, and I can understand getting frustrated sometimes, but it just kept going on. So I've had to cut ties and can't support that kind of attitude. And I would encourage everybody else to also do that. So just whatever you can do to stop bullying. It's a bad thing to have in our lives, and we should protect those around us. So I hope you have a great day.